pushing through the discomfort of the 3D and staying grounded in your new identity. So I realized it's not even so much the 3D. No, I have it clipped here. Okay. It's not really so much the 3D that is triggering us, but it's more so how it makes us feel. And that is why the 3D feels so real. And these are the thoughts that start going on in your mind where it's like, oh, this is probably what's real. And the new identity is like the imposter syndrome. And that's the discomfort that you have to push through, is that imposter feeling of you're not really your new identity. You're still your old identity. Everything is instant. The moment that you say something, it's instant, it's done. But physically in your 3D, it does take some time. And that is why everything that you're seeing is old news. So it's not like an instant projection of what you are broadcasting up here. It can be, but a lot of the times it's not. So that is where, because we'll be affirming, and you're probably like, well, why am I not seeing it? I've been affirming and all this stuff. That's because of the delay. So the 3D is not showing you where you currently are in your mind. It's showing you where you were at a previous point in time in that moment. So that's why there's only the now moment, because you're going to be in a now moment every time. So what you're seeing is a projection from where you were previously. And who knows how long that could have been. It could have been days, weeks, months, years, beliefs from childhood that you've had all your life. So, sorry. So it's not something that you want to really, that's why you don't want to be too focused on what's going on in the 3D, because it's not true to what you have decided, what you've chose as who you are in your experience. And that is the discomfort that we need to push through, is how uncomfortable it feels. And that is something that I really struggled with when I first started with manifestation, and that it wasn't talked about. I'm like, oh my gosh, why does this feel so uncomfortable? And it's, because you are finally being your true self that you were meant to be, but you're not used to that. Going from the old self to the new self, and you've been the old self for so long that it feels like you're lying to yourself, and it's that imposter feeling, like you're being an imposter, like this is not who you really are. But it is, because it's whatever you decide. This is why it feels so uncomfortable when you are experiencing the opposite in the 3D, and why it feels like you're being delusional. But this is where you really need to push through that. You have to push through that discomfort, that uncomfortable, delusional, I feel like I'm being crazy feeling that you're experiencing when you're seeing the opposite. Like, you've been affirming, and you might have the complete opposite that just blew up in your face, or you're experiencing again from a previous thoughts that you had before. That's like an old newspaper. That was true at a certain point, but that is no longer the what's relevant now. What's relevant, what's up here, what you've been focusing on. So it's old news. It's not real to what you decided. I don't know if I want to say it's not real, because the 3D is, we are really experiencing it, but it's old news. And if it helps to see it as not real or fake, I know I do say fake because it doesn't matter, so it might as well be fake. It's for sure dead unless you bring it back to life. But whatever helps you to really separate the 3D and the 4D. So sometimes what I do like to say is that the 4D is the real world and the 3D is the fake world, even though we are living in the 3D world. But to help your kind of logic mind, even though we're not supposed to be using logic, but we still are humans and we still look for the logic into things. And I'm not even a logical person, but for me, like, I'm so, we're so used to hearing that the imagination is, you know, get it is like the clouds, right? Get your head out of the clouds, like come back to reality and in the real world type of stuff. So this has been like the clouds, the imagination, like SpongeBob, and 3D is the real world. But so if it helps you to flip it and you tell yourself that this is fake and this is the real world, perfect. But either way, this is a projection coming from the real world. So we can just call it that, a projection, because that's really what it is. But that's really what you need to push through. And you need to push through that old self that is still trying to stay alive to what it knows, right? It's still trying to like survive, because that's all it's known. And if you're not, if you feed into those thoughts, you like put attention to it and you accept it and you feel it as true, then it stays alive. So that's why you want to be aware of where you are and those thoughts that come in, so that you can deny them, so that they don't still survive and cling on to you. And it knows just what to say. And I experienced that myself with this YouTube channel, for example, pushing through the discomfort of not seeing movement, not seeing evidence of my affirmations in the 3D. And the old self would say things like, oh, you're not good enough, like you don't have what it takes. This is what you have to push through, because this is not what I want, right? I know what I want and I know who I want to be, and I have to keep choosing that over and over and over again, despite how I'm feeling, because the feelings don't matter. I got to push through that discomfort. That is why they say, like, the biggest battle in life is fighting yourself, and you just have to overcome. It's really that mindset that we had, and these wrong beliefs that we're not good enough. That's really the lie. We should have love for our old self, but sometimes we do have to give it tough love and tell that old thinking to fuck off. If I take evidence from the 3D, I wouldn't even be recording this video right now, because I literally have like 2 subscribers and like hardly getting any views. But up here, I'm seeing the number of subscribers that I want, and I'm gaining thousands of subscribers and views every single day. So that is where the real world is at, and that's where I'm feeding. So I have to push through my discomfort of what I am seeing, the lack of what I'm seeing, the opposite in the 3D. But it doesn't matter, because the 3D is reflecting me. So it will be reflected. I just have to stay true to my story that I want to experience. So yeah, I hope that this helped you to see it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.